screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I go with do you want me to go with the diaporama or it's okay? It's okay for all of you or
I think it works.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Zach? I don't know where he is.
But
Okay, so
we
Sorry?
can see it. Unless you would like to download it and then do it as a PowerPoint, but you can work. It can.
it's okay. هكا Zach ولا I have to?
I think it would be better if you go to le lien avec le
Hey, je suis sur le lien.
Open with, cliquez sur Open with au milieu.
Hey, donc نعمل Google Sheets.
Oui.
C'est ça? Google Slides.
Oui. Et il y a Present.
Okay.
Top right.
Top right. Okay.
Parfait.
Parfait. Okay.
Voilà.
So, tell me if you want us to go with French or English. I'm more comfortable with French, but if you want me to go with English, then it will be okay. Or we can also make Franglish. You can answer in the chat.
I think I see English in the chat,
English?
which is
Okay.
good for me.
It's okay. It's good for you, yes. So, marketers are known for being cynic. Why? For two reasons. I want to introduce myself before what I do. I'm a consultant in strategic marketing. So I am what they call a cynic person. I will explain why. For two reasons. The first reason is that marketers tend to categorize people, human beings, in segments, in targets. So it's like the l'archer, le tireur à l'arc that will send une flèche to a person to kill it or to target it. And we want to take the money of the people. That's the first reason why we are here. This is the first reason why marketers are seen to be cynic persons. The second reason is that for a marketer side, if you don't have a market, you can have the best product with the best technology. You can have a great innovation, but if you don't have a market, so you don't have a product, you don't have a business, and your product is nothing. You don't have nothing. So the market is the most important part for in a project, in a business, and in a startup, of course. Okay. So let's bring some magic to all this. How? You will need first in this session to have a clear vision. What is the clear vision? It's a clear solution for a well-defined real problem. So you need to have a real problem and a clear solution that fit to this problem. Second, a clear core target. And we will see later on what is this core target. What will bring you the money to survive? What is the target? The target that are the person who are going to pay for your solution, for your product, for your service. And these person make the business sustainable. Your target should be willing and ready, of course, to pay for your solution, because sometimes we are willing to pay. Everybody wants to have some products, but sometimes you are not ready to do it. So, there's a question or? Lena?
No, I think we're good.
someone is in the chat is saying, I think there's a problem with the screen.
No, it looks good.
Ah, it's fine. Okay, it looks good. Okay. So this is the cynic part. First and last rule. A startup without customer is just a hobby and a very expensive one. Okay? So again, le côté cynique d'un marketeur dit que s'il n'y a pas de marché, en gros, il n'y a pas de business. Okay? So now I will ask you to open your mic and tell me, everybody knows, of course, Netflix
Yes.
and Coca-Cola. Okay.
Yes.
Can you tell me, please, what is the vision of Netflix and the vision, first the vision of Netflix? What is their vision?
The vision of Netflix or Coca-Cola?
Netflix. Let's start with Netflix.
Netflix, I think their vision is to make content, videos, documentaries, and everything available in the shortest time possible.
Omar, do you think it's the
Yes.
vision or the mission here?
I guess it's the mission.
Okay, thank you. What's your name? Sorry, I don't.
Ibtihal.
Ibtihal.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ibtihal. It's actually it's the mission. So but it's the mission, Omar. Huh? Good, but it's not the vision. What is the vision of Netflix?
According to Google,
Safa.
Netflix vision is,
You are cheating here.
yeah, because I know that visions are very specific and it's difficult to find them just by guessing. So if you really don't read about it, it's difficult to know it.
And I didn't ask you to give me like la définition parfaite, but the philosophy of Netflix. It would be okay for me. I know that you don't know, you are not the person who builds the vision, but maybe you can imagine it.
So seeing as they are trying to overtake the entertainment world, I guess what they want to be is the top leading entertainment platform.
Yes, sort of.
They want to be the only source of entertainment. Like they want to overtake all the market. Like, so whenever someone wants to entertain or something, there's just Netflix.
Exactly. You will prefer watching us rather than sleeping. It's their vision. Okay? So basically, yes, it's what you said, Mehe. It's and Sarah as well. It was sort of the vision of Netflix. They want to take all your time of entertainment. This is their vision. Okay. Now, what's the vision of Coca-Cola?
I mean, to be the reference in soft drinks.
The reference in soft drinks.
Fresh.
Much
soft
more than that.
Okay.
Maybe make Coke available for everybody in the world.
On est plus proche. On se rapproche, but not yet. Bigger,
Maybe-
even bigger than that.
Maybe to refresh people every time and everywhere.
What is okay? What is the other product on earth that refreshes people every?
Like water.
Exactly. So we will be drinked more than water, and you know that in some countries the Coke is as cheap as the water. okay, in some places. So, suite à ça, they will try to find their main target. It will be easier because when you have a vision, your target is clearer. And then for how much people do they pay, how many people and how much do they pay for your product or your solution, okay? Do you have questions? Can I go forward?
Could you please explain what is the subtle difference between mission and vision? Because sometimes it looks like they are very similar.
The vision is where I want to go, where I see myself in the future. The mission is what I am going to do to reach, to follow ce que je dois faire pour poursuivre cette vision que j'ai. This is my mission, okay?
Thank you.
It's all the actions that I will do to pursue this vision, to chase this vision, okay?
Oui, bien compris. Merci.
Okay, super.
I do have just one question regarding Coca-Cola vision. Maybe they've come up to have this vision after 100 years of existence.
Do we need maybe, Kika, yes. Maybe
do we need to have for our startup a vision from that point, or do we have to work on it? I mean, constantly.
Constantly, Abdel Ali, it's your name?
Exactly.
Abdel Ali. Yes, Abdel Ali, you have to, the vision can evolve in the time. C'est-à-dire qu'une vision évolue. Il y a une première, là aujourd'hui, au jour d'aujourd'hui, vous devez avoir une vision pour vos startups, clairement. C'est-à-dire qu'on ne peut pas démarrer sans vision. C'est-à-dire, vous n'allez pas me dire, moi maintenant, je vais attendre d'avoir 5 ans et après, je vais construire une vision et une mission. Non, ça, ce n'est pas possible. Il faut déjà construire une vision dès aujourd'hui. À partir du moment où vous commencez à travailler sur votre projet, vous devez avoir une vision. Cette vision-là va forcément changer et évoluer, obligatoirement, avec le temps. Mais on doit toujours avoir une vision, dès le début.
Merci beaucoup.
C'est bon? Je t'en prie. Alors, est-ce que vous êtes, are you familiar with the concept of TAM, SAM, and SOM, or not? Yes or no?
No, not for me.
No.
No. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So these are words that are scary for even for someone who has a business background. Why is it scary? Because vous allez sauter dans l'inconnu. The market is the X, the unknown part. At this stage, because you are starting discovering your market, your customer, who is it, the persona, and so on and so forth. So at this stage, it's like something you need to discover, comme si c'était quelque chose qui était dans le noir, et vous allez devoir allumer la lumière et aller dans cette chambre noire, dans cette boîte noire, pour la découvrir. So, sorry. What is TAM, SAM, SOM? The TAM is what we call the total available market. It is the big pie. So c'est le marché global de votre offre. For instance, one of you can one of you open his mic and give me the idea, his startup idea, well, her startup idea. One of you. Let's take an example here. It will be easier.
I can share with you my startup idea.
Okay.
Well, Spotter will be addressing the problem of return the checks.
The checks, yeah.
As a mean of payment. So
yeah. Okay.
small and medium-sized enterprises are suffering from return checks. So our idea is to provide a solution to address this problem and to provide an instant check verification to small and medium-sized enterprises.
Okay.
So this is our idea. The idea of our startup.
What is your total available market, Abdelali?
Okay, so in the market, so there are several payment means, but I'm wondering if I need to include other payment means such as wire transfer or only I have to address only the checks as a means.
Are you going to go there as part of your scaling? Est-ce que vous pensez qu'un jour vous allez vous élargir à d'autres moyens de paiement, or you are staying on checks?
No, exactly. In the future, I will address les effets de commerce.
Okay, so what is your total available market according to your scale? Let's start with now. You are on the check market. So
okay, exactly.
What is your total available market?
Well, on a yearly basis, there are 30 million checks in the banking system on a yearly basis.
Okay, great. In Morocco, huh?
Exactly.
Okay, so first of all, you are aiming the Moroccan market, right?
Yes.
Okay, so the total available market of your startup is the amount of checks that are qui circulent au Maroc.
So okay. we do have the amount for these 30 million checks.
Great. This is 100% of the applicable customer adopted that will adopt your solution. Okay. So, but actually, what is your SAM? So your serviceable available market. So the market that your business model can address.
Well, only
you are not going to serve all the operators.
True,
yeah,
true.
okay. Okay.
That's true. There are people that they do have anchor customers, but they do pay them with checks without any issue. So this, for example, they are not part of my...
Exactly. So vous allez retirer de votre cible les gens qui n'ont pas de soucis. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe you can say in the first place, I'm not addressing the big corporate. I will stay in PME, petites et moyennes entreprises.
I see.
Okay, this is this serviceable available market. Okay, this is the market that you can actually address. But still, what is the problem that are remaining? Are you the one and only on this market? Do you have competitors?
Yes, there are other competitors. For example, they are providing certified checks. But here,
voilà.
But they are, for example, for the moment, they are active only with one bank.
Okay, so as you have competitors, your target market will narrow down. You will narrow down to go to the target market is the market that you can address now with your business le business model actuel réalisable à l'instant T. This is the sum, which is the serviceable, obtainable market or the target market, the TM. So it's sum or TM. Is it clear?
No, it is clear. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. So, do you still see you are seeing my screen?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes.
But it changed. It's not on presentation, right? Okay. So is it okay for you? So you will have to, you see this tape, ce tableau? Vous allez devoir, if you have for instance, 2 or 3 markets. Some people, maybe some startups among you are working on 2 or 3 markets, maybe B2B, B2C, or local market and the regional market or worldwide. So they will have to segment the market, to do the segmentation in 3 markets actually. So you will have to make this exercise for each segment of your market. Do you have questions here? Because I know that this is c'est la partie la plus délicate du market sizing, donc il faut la comprendre correctement. Donc, si vous avez des questions, ouvrez vos mics et posez vos questions. C'est très important de comprendre.
Excuse me, I have only one question for this. I mean, total market for checks. For example, I have the figure for the total amount of, written on these checks annually. But here I will apply only a fee for those checks. So is my total market, the total amount of these checks or the fee that I will charge for the service for this market?
No, it's the total market is the whole amount, c'est le chiffre d'affaires que tu vas pouvoir faire de ton business.
I see, okay.
C'est le montant total de chèques qui circulent sur le marché marocain. It's exactly what you explained in the beginning. Okay? This is your total market. The amount of operators, how many operators are, c'est-à-dire, tu vas prendre le nombre de chèques circulants par opérateur que toi, tu cherches à targeter.
Okay.
Est-ce que c'est clair?
لا كده احنا متفقين متفقين وكثر زعما
my idea is here, for example, on a yearly basis, the total amount of those checks is 1,500 billion Moroccan dirhams on those checks.
Okay, this is your total market, so Abdel Ali.
Okay, even if I will apply only a fee for these amounts?
Yeah, the fee is what you are. We are talking about the market. It could be in dirham or dollar or euro or whatever you want, but when you arrive to the target market, you will calculate on your fee actually.
Perfect.
Okay.
I see. Thank you.
This is the amount of fee that that I will get out of my core target. Mon cœur de cible.
Okay, clear. Thank you so much.
Did you have Lena or you, all of you, did you have a training or on persona market customer discovery and persona with Farzin or Ivy? How do you identify your persona?
Yes, we've been through this during our last session.
Okay, so you know what the persona is.
Yes.
Okay, so the persona is your core target. C'est le marché cible. It's the number of people that will and are willing and can pay for your product.
Perfect. Thank you. It's clear.
Is it clear?
No, it is. Thank you.
Do you have other questions? Maybe maybe we can have another example if you want. Another startup. Go ahead, open your mic and let's have another example. No? Another startup want to share its product and its idea and maybe its market?
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I will present the idea of the startup Mechanov. Okay. Well, our project is made from Mechanov team. It names Ilioscab. It's a transport service that reduces many problems like leeway, pollution, lack of intelligent factories, lack of production efficiency. Our project is electric cars that will be distributed in the factories that have a large area to transport workers inside the factory. Our car will be autonomous level 5 with 4 seats inside and equipped with a solar panel.
Okay.
So Ilioscab will be equipped with a charging system. When the worker will install a phone application that will take care of giving information and choosing the destination. The major solution of all of those problems that our products solve are reduce carbon and energy losses by using solar panel and electrical batteries, having an autonomous transport, a virtual assistant, and the use of application. So this is the idea.
What is what is your market? Who is your customer?
Well, yes. Well, the first market is the companies that can use those kind of car in the factory inside of the company.
Okay, maybe the total market is the number of you. We are talking about Morocco as well, huh?
Yes, exactly.
The total addressable market, the TAM, is all the companies in Morocco that have a certain amount of employees. Hakawale, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So this is the total addressable market. Do you have numbers or not yet?
Numbers of the companies that they can need this product?
No. We start with the total available market before going to because the ones that will need your product is your target. It's not the total addressable market. The total addressable market is if you could serve all the companies in Morocco, and if you didn't have any competitor, combien serait le nombre de ces entreprises si vous n'aviez aucun concurrent et si vous pouviez vous avez la capacité de les servir tous. C'est ça le marché global, total.
D'accord.
Okay.
Yes, I understand. Well, we are not yet searching for the total of the companies that they can need that kind of products, but we have some of them. Some of them we already searched for this part.
Okay, then your SAM, so ce qu'on appelle le segment de marché disponible, so the serviceable available market. It's the definition that you just given before, is the company that will need your solution. Okay?
Yes.
The ones that will need your exact solution. Okay, now this is your SAM. Now, what is your target market or your SAM? Do you have competitors?
Not
Do you have company using other, even if you don't have look, on peut ne pas avoir de concurrents, but know that your target is now using something else to solve its problem, their problem, ok? On est d'accord qu'aujourd'hui, ils n'ont pas les bras croisés en attendant une solution. Ils sont déjà en train d'utiliser quelque chose.
Oui.
And maybe some of them are satisfied by this solution. They don't need your product because they consider that their problem is solved without your solution. Okay, Salma?
Yes,
okay.
Exactly.
So if si on enlève tous ces gens-là qui sont déjà servis par tes concurrents ou alors par une solution de rechange, ce qu'on appelle un produit substituable, ils n'auront pas besoin de ton produit. Donc ça, il faut les enlever. Reste le cœur de cible. Donc, les entreprises qui non seulement ont ce problème, mais en plus ne trouvent pas une solution meilleure pour résoudre leurs problèmes que ta solution à toi. OK?
Oui.
Alors, on va prendre un dernier exemple pour clore cette partie de Market Site, parce que c'est important que vous la compreniez. Donc, le TAM, Total Available Market, en français, le marché total disponible, c'est l'ensemble de la demande sur le marché pour un produit ou service. Le SAM, qui est le Serviceable Available Market, et en français, c'est le segment de marché disponible. Le SOM, c'est le segment de marché que vous pouvez capturer, qui est capturable par vous. OK? Donc, c'est your target market, c'est le marché cible. Si, par exemple, on prenait l'exemple d'une chaîne de fast-food en Tunisie, prenons l'exemple de la Tunisie. Admettons que moi, demain, je lance ma chaîne de fast-food en Tunisie. Si vous voulez, d'abord, si on parle du marché global du fast-food, c'est quoi? C'est le marché global du fast-food mondial. Moi, je veux lancer une chaîne de fast-food. Pour le moment, je n'ai pas encore cerné, je n'ai pas encore cloisonné mon marché. Je parle du marché, soit je vais dire que mon Total Available Market, c'est le marché du fast-food dans le monde ou le marché du fast-food en Afrique du Nord. Sauf que moi, aujourd'hui, avec les moyens du bord, je ne peux desservir que 2 villes en Tunisie, par exemple. Je peux desservir Tunis et Sousse, c'est tout. Je peux desservir que ces deux-là. Donc ça va être mon SAM. Est-ce que c'est clair? Donc ça, c'est le marché que moi, avec mon business model actuel, je vais pouvoir servir. Je n'ai pas les moyens de faire plus. Donc ça, c'est mon SAM. Mon SOM, en revanche, que va-t-il être? Toujours pour cet exemple. Quel serait mon SOM, mon marché cible?
C'est le marché des fast-food dans ces 2 villes.
Non, je parle de mon SOM. Ça, le marché des fast-food dans les 2 villes, c'est le SAM. C'est les gens qui consomment le fast-food dans ces villes-là. Ça, c'est le SAM. Par contre, le SOM, quel serait-il?
For example, we can say young people in those cities, maybe.
This is the SAM. The young people that are
live in that
small towns, that cities, and go and eat into fast food. This is the SAM. The SOM is the market that I can, the market share that I can get in these 2 cities. When I consider the competition, because I will not be the only one in these 2 cities, okay?
Perfect.
Yes.
I won't be the only one. So my target market are all the young people that goes to the fast food and so on and so forth. But these people have a lot of options, and I am one of the options. Et c'est comme ça que je vais identifier la taille de mon marché cible. C'est en enlevant la part de la concurrence. Est-ce que c'est clair maintenant?
Clear.
We can move forward? Okay.
Excuse me, I have only one question if you...
Yeah, go ahead.
But just regarding total available market. For example, if I have a vision to scale into African market, do I have to include, the African market right now in the TAM?
Yes, you can. Yes, in the total available market, yes.
Yes, okay, perfect.
Okay, so these are aspect to make to let you get the best decision. Before jumping into this, jumping to decisions, you have to understand what is going on. So what is going on? You have to set your business strategy. What is your profitable business model? Before going and try to size your market, you have to set your business model. You have to have a marketing strategy. How do you motivate your customer to choose your brand and product? And your communication strategy. These are the tools to go and take the decision in your market. Sorry. So for a startup or a company, you have the high-level goals. The high-level goals are your segmentation and targeting, the competition and the defense. I don't know if you started working on the competition and what are the differentiation factors that you will have in your company that will differentiate from the competition, and of course your value proposition. After that, you will work on your 4 Ps, your brand, and when at what stage you will have to work on your market size. Is it in a high level or in more operational stage?
I think both of them.
Okay, there's iteration, of course. You go to the market and then get back with feedback and go again to the market. But when do you start the strategic thinking of your market size?
At the beginning, of course.
At the beginning, exactly. It's a strategic, c'est une réflexion stratégique. Okay, so it's at the strategic level.
I think once you start thinking about your competitive advantage, so then you have to position yourself on which segment
exactly
you will be. Okay, perfect.
Exactly, it's exactly that. Exactement. Sorry. So the data you will have now. I think that you already started your market discovery. Some of them said yes. Is all of you, est-ce que vous avez tous commencé votre market discovery? Est-ce que vous avez commencé à interviewer votre marché?
Yes.
Vos clients? Yes? Okay. So, what is the purpose of getting out of the building and asking your customer and try to discover them and to know them more? What is the objective? Is to collect data and relevant data, right?
Sure.
So when the data is available, it's a nightmare. Why it's a nightmare? Why it is a nightmare even when the data is available?
Because sometimes it can become confusing. Like perhaps you had some kind of you built a certain like hypothesis and the nightmare could be that you could have been proven wrong by reality.
Exactement. Sometimes you have des hypothèses, and you cannot validate this hypothesis. Sometimes you are maybe interviewing the wrong customer. Sometimes ça arrive de se tromper même au niveau de la segmentation, et c'est normal. À votre niveau, c'est tout à fait normal parfois de faire des assumptions, des hypothèses, de dire voilà, ça sera lui, c'est ça mon marché. Et de se rendre compte une fois qu'on est dehors et qu'on a commencé à interviewer ces gens qu'on était sûr qu'ils allaient être notre cible, et ben on se rend compte que pas du tout. Et c'est là qu'il va falloir soit pivoter. Si on veut, on tient à adresser ce marché-là et on sait que en faisant quelques petits pivots au niveau de l'offre, on va arriver à servir ce marché, ou alors de se dire, on peut pivoter au niveau du marché et de se dire non, finalement, c'est pas ça mon marché, je dois aller voir ailleurs. Je me suis adressé au B2C et peut-être que c'est le B2B. Je me suis adressé à ce type de client qui a ces caractéristiques-là et finalement, ce n'est pas lui. Pour en revenir au projet des bus avec l'énergie photovoltaïque, si j'ai bien compris le projet, qui transporte, c'est bien ça, la personne qui est fondatrice de ce projet peut prendre la parole et me répondre. You can assume maybe that it's a company of, I don't know, 20 person that will be your customer. And you figure out once you start interviewing the market, you figure out that it's not this type of company, okay? And when it's not available, of course, it's a nightmare, okay? Okay. So we'll go through some steps that will help you discover your market. Okay. Sorry, I had to interrupt. So one, it's ask. Always seek knowledge. Become the subject matter expert on your given research topic before writing your survey. So try to make assumptions. Okay? Try to make hypotheses about if it was me, these are the things. These are the things that I would like to j'aurais voulu qu'on me pose comme question. Try to make your homework. So read the latest report and white papers, check out blogs, key influencers in the field and interview through leader industry. Go, because sometimes we go and interview the customer. It's great. You have to interview a customer, but you have also to interview the expert of your field, the industry experts. Maybe they will give you insights that the market cannot give you. Maybe des fois, vous allez interviewer un expert de l'industrie, il vous dit, oui, mais il y a eu une start-up il y a quelques années qui a fait la même chose avec le même business model. Et voilà ce qui a échoué. Pourquoi elle a échoué? Parce qu'elle a fait ci, elle a fait ça. Donc, vous devriez dès maintenant changer ou pivoter sur tel ou tel aspect. D'accord? Donc, ça, c'est important d'interviewer les clients, mais également les experts en industrie, dans votre industrie. Trouvez les questions qui ont déjà eu des réponses. If you have some research done in your field or on your market or on your technology, so go and try to find them dans la littérature ou faites des recherches documentaires en amont pour essayer de trouver le maximum d'informations possibles, discuter avec des experts de l'industrie, etc. Donc, ne vous limitez pas juste aux interviews clients. Alors, deuxième chose, vous allez devoir affiner les objectifs de votre recherche. What do you want to know? So now you will go into breakout rooms for 5 minutes and try to write down 5 survey objectives. Write down 5 key questions that must be answered by the research. Okay? Is it clear for everyone?
Yes.
Okay. So, Leina or Umayma? Zach?
I think Umayma was setting those up, I believe.
Yes.
Can they go into breakout rooms?
Yeah.
Just to write down 5 key questions. that
They're
must be answered by the research. Lena?
So do we have everybody in breakout rooms now?
I haven't received their invitation, so.
Yeah, we still have a few folks that are not in breakout rooms.
But they're assigned to one.
Yes, I see that. And so maybe, I don't know if individuals know how to drop in their breakout rooms or not, but if you guys have questions with doing that, let us know. You should have received a message saying go into the breakout.
They are into the breakout rooms, David?
Most are, not everybody.
Okay. We are running out of time, huh?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'll try to finish in
Saeed
15.
says, could you resend the invitation? He didn't get it.
Okay. Mhm. Said, if you could just please tell me where, which startup I should assign you to?
Well, I am Diaclean. I didn't receive any invitation. Is there anybody from Diaclean?
Did you receive it now?
So I'm listening to you speak to the market and customers, and how often do entrepreneurs forget that they actually have to have a market and customers for product? And
Yeah.
I always say the second most important thing, which is probably equally important, is customer awareness, knowing who your market is and who your customer is, and attracting those people.
Yeah. But they already had a training with Farzin about the persona. I'm scared that I went maybe a little bit further, David, no?
No,
do they know what are the characteristics of their, how do they have to set the characteristic of their segment, their customers, etc.?
Mm-hmm. Well, this idea of them understanding what the total market availability is, and then start to go down the funnel to who actually their market would be, I think is a really good exercise.
Yeah.
And even like Spotter, I had typed in the chat, and I don't think they ever saw it because I know that the company and what they're working on. I'm going, wait a minute, I know you want to roll out through all of Africa. So I was very pleased to see, oh, by the way, he asked the question. It's not just
yeah.
Like, yeah. So so they've got to think about this. Yeah, once they figure out the persona will allow them to do marketing campaigns.
Exactly.
Right? But understanding the total market potential and their potential of that market, this is the exercise.
Yeah, totally. But the persona is utile, is useful when you already identify the persona. It's easier to interview to discover your market and interview the right persons, so you have we'll have relevant data.
Oh yes.
Not only data, global data. Sometimes the data, you collect a lot of data, but it's not relevant at all. The more you go to your market, that's why it's important to go to the TM, the target market. And in the target market, you will meet your persona, the target customer, the persons who will buy for your service or your solution or your product.
Well, I agree. And what's interesting is it all starts with problem fit. And if they do a poor job of identifying what the problem really is, they're going to have the wrong customer. They're going to have the wrong market. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Definitely. Yes, definitely. And what I noticed in our startup, I don't know if it's the same for you, they are very focused on the product, on the prototype. They fall in love with their products, and they forget that there is a market out there that they will have to discover, because if you can have the best product in Earth, if you don't have a market, you don't have a business.
Well, it's generally, how do I say, it's that entrepreneurs approach this in the backwards fashion. And you're very correct. They develop a product, they love it, they fall in love with it, and then they say, and one of our teams did this, help me find customers. And we say, wait a minute, you've got this backwards. If you truly knew the problem that customers are having and who is having that problem, voila, you have a key on your market, and you know who your customer will be. It's reverse, and you know what features, functions they want. So this is the beauty of this training, is get them to say, stop, don't worry about function and product, worry about customer and problems and the fit that you will offer for those problems. So
we have always to push them go into human-centered design thinking, a human-centered methodology. So you go from the market, from the persona, from the customer, and then you build your product. And you go in this iteration circle that you build, test, and then rebuild and retest, and then get feedback and rebuild, and so on and so forth.
Sure. And this is the beauty of this. This is all the let's say the startup functionality. You can do customer validation once you've gone through this whole process and you've got your prototype, and now you see if it really makes sense, all those assumptions you've made. But this is what I love about this, is getting potential entrepreneurs to sit back and think, wait a minute, let me really focus on, do I really understand the problem people are having?
Yeah.
This is, so this is good.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But the ones that I heard from the beginning of this training, I think that they having a real sense of who is, maybe they don't have numbers and it's okay at this stage, but they do know who is their customer, and it's very c'est rassurant à ce stade that they already know who is their customer.
I would say they think they know who their customer is, but I don't know that they validated that information.
Okay.
I just did a class where we did this very similar process with the discovery canvas, and it was all problem fit. And initially you write down who you think your customers are and what your product is. And now you go start speaking to customers. And what they found in experts too, they found that they were really missing a number of their customer segments that were most likely to buy. So
okay.
They'll find this all out, which is good.
Yeah. Well, it's. I want to say it's even normal at this stage.
It's normal with the good process. Yes, it's not normal.
Yeah. With the good process, of course.
Typical entrepreneur develops it, prototypes it, tries to sell it, and goes, "Uh-oh, people don't want it. Why?"
Yeah. But let's have them back. Umayma, let's have them back. Okay, great. So who wants to, let's take one example. Who wants to interact on this aspect? Qui a envie de nous retourner un petit peu ton travail par rapport de réflexion? Oui. Oui, vas-y, Abdelali.
Yes, actually we want to...
Go ahead.
Yes, we want to ask...
5 key questions.
What?
Your five key questions.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
So we have as a questions for to do a survey. So first of all, we want to know the main of the means of payments that actually people use in their daily commercial transactions. So the first question was, what are the means of payment that you use in your commercial transaction?
Okay.
The second question is the proportion of each.
Sorry, Salma, can you remember? Can you remind me your quickly description of your project?
Okay, so I will let Mr. Abdelali to describe more the.
Okay. It's the same project of okay.
Yes, exactly
the
checks.
Same. Okay. Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. So the second question was the proportion of each mean of payment. So I mean cash or checks or etc.
Are you sure that okay? Go ahead.
Okay. So the third question is, do you have any issues with those means of payment? So here the clients actually will let's say provide to us the problems that actually they have frequently in the payment problem.
Okay.
The fourth is to describe the pains actually with the means of payments. Pains, I mean. So here we want to know the problem of checks. It's like an indirect question.
It's quite the same question, the 3 and the fourth. Okay.
Yes. So until here, so we have only 4 questions, but to know more. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Keep in mind one thing, that your question 2, you should better ask it to an industry expert more than a potential customer, because maybe he won't give you accurate, the relevant data and answer, because I'm not sure that a random customer of checks could answer a so specific question. And the third and the fourth question can be one question. You can, vous pouvez les fusionner en une seule question.
Okay.
Make sure when you prepare a survey, make sure that this survey is not annoying, is not long, is not, there's not like repetition of some questions, because sometimes, okay, it's okay to make, on appelle des questions de confirmation. Parfois, pour confirmer une question, on peut en mettre une deuxième qui ressemble un peu pour être sûr de la véracité des réponses. C'est comme des questions filtres, ce qu'on appelle ça des questions filtres, pour pouvoir filtrer est-ce que la personne a bien répondu à la première, et donc on compare les deux réponses, et donc on peut avoir une réponse qui a du sens. Mais attention à ne pas poser plusieurs fois la même question sous des formes différentes, parce que c'est très ennuyant dans un questionnaire. OK?
So clear. Thank you so much.
Maybe we can just add...
Your network is not great.
One question that we
I guess he
time
wants to add one question.
is how do you deal? We need just to add one question, which is how do you deal with those return checks?
Yes. This is a question that a customer can give you relevant data.
Perfect.
Okay. So third point, we have to go faster. As I told you, you can have my email and ask me more specific questions about your startup. But now let's go through the methodology, and we are running out of time. I think that David and Tariq here and all the team is going to yell to me, because I'm going to keep them late. So the third point is you have to define your target audience. I will go forward. If you don't stop me, then for me, it's you are. Si vous m'arrêtez pas, je continue. Pour moi, c'est compris. D'accord? So you have to define your target audience. This is an exercise that you may know. So you have to say, first of all, am I in a B2B business or a B2C business? If I am in a B2B business, I have to identify my person. Who is my customer, the characteristic of my customer. And if I am in a B2C market, I have to do the same exercise. So use a sample size calculator to work out the number of response you will require to have from the audience. So please use very des outils faciles, very basic tools. Today you have a lot of tools on Google, on the internet, to can like treat your data. Okay. The margin of error could be 3 to 5%. More than that, you don't have the relevant data. If you plan to analyze the result by demographic subgroups, make sure you get at least 30 or 30 to 50. Maybe it's a lot. If you are on a B2C market, I think that 30 à 50 réponses per segment is a minimum. I push the startup que j'accompagne to go to 100 and maybe more. In Tunis, what we do in the incubator here, that we push them to do like 20 interviews every 2 weeks, so 10 interviews per week, till the end of the the program. So at the end of the program, they're around, if they are in the B2C market, around 100 interviews, maybe sometimes less. If you are in a B2B market, it could be much more less, because sometimes your target is the company that qui ont un chiffre d'affaires supérieur à, je dis n'importe quoi, 10 millions de dinars tunisiens. Il ne va pas y en avoir des masses. So if you have 5 to 6 company interviewed, it's okay. You have your quota. Okay? So you have to, how you will define your customer target, who they are, so age, income, area, CSP, so revenue, etc. So income, what they think. So when I say what they think, so it could be what are their, quels sont leurs hobbies, quels sont leurs loisirs, est-ce qu'ils font du sport? Quand ils consomment, est-ce qu'ils consomment plus des produits qu'ils achètent en ligne ou alors ils préfèrent se déplacer dans des magasins? Est-ce qu'ils voyagent? Et quand ils voyagent, où est-ce qu'ils vont? Quel est leur mode de vie? Est-ce que c'est des gens qui travaillent, qui ne travaillent pas? Est-ce que c'est des gens qui sortent après le travail ou c'est des gens qui sont plus à un âge où ils ont des familles, donc après le travail, ils rentrent directement à la maison, etc., etc. Et plus vous avez de détails sur votre cible, et plus vous allez avoir de la data qui a du sens. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'ils font? Qu'est-ce qu'ils pensent? And where they operate. So, the more information you have about your target, the more relevant data you will get out of it. Quatrième point, always taste to improve. Invite the people to your customer to challenge you. What will make them interested? Try to gather relevant information to the business. Are you ready to buy it, for instance? How much money are you ready to put in? What will make you choose my brand rather than another, that the competition, etc. So test your solution in a second, bien sûr, dans une deuxième phase, une fois que vous avez découvert qui est votre cible, vous allez voir cette cible pour tester votre solution et l'améliorer. Prendre du feedback et améliorer votre solution et revenir sur le marché, etc. et aller dans ce processus d'itération de l'entrepreneur.
Please, I have a question.
Yeah, of course.
How can we challenge our customers? I didn't get this point.
You ask them questions about your product. Ça veut dire vous faites ce qu'on appelle presque, vous allez mettre à nu votre produit devant. It's okay with French, Kauthar?
Yes, it's okay. Oui, okay. Je comprends bien le français.
D'accord. Vous allez mettre à nu votre offre devant votre client et lui demander réellement comment est-ce qu'il peut vous challenger pour améliorer votre offre.
D'accord.
Il va ressortir il va, entre guillemets, critiquer un petit peu l'offre telle qu'elle est aujourd'hui et essayer d'apporter des choses pour l'améliorer avec vous. Et maybe you can add features or add or change, maybe it could be a small change, like a small pivot, maybe change your distribution channel. Par exemple, vous comptiez vendre les produits dans je sais pas moi, dans des points de vente, et vous vous rendez compte que votre client cible, votre marché cible achète en ligne. Je dis n'importe quoi. Donc, du coup, vous allez changer votre canal de distribution grâce à la manière dont votre client vous a challengé.
Oui, d'accord.
Alors, 5. On a tous répondu à des questionnaires. Est-ce que parfois, il vous est arrivé de répondre à des questionnaires qui sont vraiment, vraiment ennuyeux?
Ah oui, il m'est arrivé maintes fois.
Maintes fois. So, you don't want to be this person. You don't want to give this survey, the boring survey. Okay, so once you know what is a boring survey, you have to build one that is engaging, okay, that attract people. People want to answer first because you are, you know how a person will answer your survey. One, the topic, they are concerned about the topic. Donc déjà, les personnes qui ne répondent pas à votre survey, c'est facile, ça ne les intéresse pas. Les personnes qui répondent déjà sont intéressées par ce que vous leur racontez, par le problème, par la solution, whatever. Ils sont concernés par ce que vous leur racontez. Deux, il faut que ce questionnaire, cette interview soit engageante. Il ne faut pas qu'elle soit ennuyeuse. Donc, il faut faire attention à la structure, au flow. Vous allez alterner les questions. Bien sûr, ça va dépendre de la méthodologie que vous utilisez, évidemment, mais la méthodologie de traitement des données par la suite, mais en tout cas, vous allez alterner les questions, des questions ouvertes, des questions fermées, ce qu'on appelle des single multiple choice questions, c'est-à-dire des QCM, matrix tables, ranking scales, comme l'échelle de Likert, Likert scale, open text boxes. Parfois, les gens ne peuvent pas répondre juste par oui, par non ou par le QCM. Parfois, ils veulent expliquer leur réponse. Parfois, leur réponse ne figure pas dans les réponses que vous leur proposez. Donc, il faut toujours laisser a small box where people can answer maybe if they have a comment or another option. OK? So, plus votre survey est bien designé, fluide, que les questions sont alternées, qu'elle n'est pas longue, évidemment. Il faut être vraiment très efficient. Essayez d'avoir le maximum de réponses dans un minimum de temps. Donc, c'est pour ça que, entre autres, les questions répétitives sont à bannir, mais vraiment à bannir. Donc, ensuite, think about data analysis in advance. Si vous allez utiliser, je ne sais pas moi, des méthodologies un peu complexes, ce que je vous déconseille à votre stade, sauf si vous avez avec vous des personnes qui s'y connaissent bien en recherche marketing, utilisez des méthodes simplistes. Un tableur Excel peut vous donner des réponses, peut vous faire traiter vos données. C'est-à-dire si vous allez avec un Google Form et qu'ensuite vous allez sur des logiciels de traitement de données complètement basiques, mais choisissez-le. Parce que pourquoi? Parce que quand la méthode avec laquelle vous allez traiter vos données conditionne la forme de vos questions. Est-ce que c'est clair pour tout le monde ici? En gros, si je vais utiliser l'échelle de Likert à 5 points, forcément, je vais utiliser telle méthode pour la traiter. Donc, n'utilisez pas des styles de questions trop ouvertes parce qu'après, traiter la donnée, ou alors n'utilisez pas que des questions ouvertes parce qu'après, la méthode de traitement du questionnaire qualitatif où il n'y a que des questions ouvertes où la personne donc, va donner des réponses différentes sera beaucoup plus difficile à traiter. Donc, réfléchissez en avance au traitement des données. Analysez vos résultats. C'est ça l'échelle de Likert. Hein? Donc, soit strongly disagree, undecided, agree ou strongly agree. Bien sûr, les meilleurs response rate, c'est là où on a le moins de réponses médianes, donc de 3. D'accord? Donc, vous allez analyser ensuite vos résultats. Comme je vous ai dit, utilisez des méthodes franchement simples. L'essentiel, c'est d'avoir de la data. C'est pas vous n'allez pas faire des thèses et on ne vous demande pas un travail de chercheur. C'est vraiment sonder votre marché et faites-le de la manière la plus simple possible. La seule chose que je vous recommande, c'est d'avoir un échantillon le plus grand possible. Ne soyez pas avare avec le nombre de personnes interviewées. Interview the maximum of people you can. This is my only advice. produce a pipeline report. So, vous allez préparer un reporting. You will prepare a report of your results. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you will have a session where you will present your results to, I don't know, a jury, a panel, investors, because at your final demo day, there will be some slides dedicated to your market size, because it's very important for an investor to know the size of your market. If the market is not big enough, he won't be interested to invest in your startup, right? Makes sense. If you have a very small market, you are not interesting. Let's face it. So try to have a report, a sexy report, let's say. So a report that is engaging, that qui donne envie à l'investisseur. D'accord? And look actively for your insights. Try to avoid the 80 style death by PowerPoint approach. I think that we all died once with a presentation, a PowerPoint presentation, right? We all, I don't know, maybe some of you are students, and I teach at IHEC here in Tunis. I give a class at IHEC Tunis, and I used to literally kill my student with my PowerPoint presentation. And I remember one time a student told me, Madame, please, vos présentations PowerPoint sont vraiment trop remplies et on a mal aux yeux quand on les voit. Il me l'a dit d'une manière très gentille, bien sûr, et ça m'a fait rigoler. Et depuis ce jour-là, j'ai regardé un TED justement sur comment tuer les gens avec une présentation PowerPoint. Et depuis ce jour-là, j'espère qu'aujourd'hui, je ne vous ai pas tué avec la mienne. Depuis ce jour-là, en tout cas, j'essaie de faire beaucoup d'efforts, même si je suis... Qui c'est qui dit pas du tout?
C'est Abdelali.
D'accord. Ben, en tout cas, merci Abdelali. Mais voilà, j'espère que je ne vous ai pas tué, mais j'ai fait beaucoup d'efforts, même si je ne suis pas la reine du design.
Enfin, moi, j'ai pas eu le temps d'enregistrer en fait votre présentation. Est-ce que ça serait possible de nous l'envoyer par mail ou par la suite?
Absolument, bien sûr.
Et elle est très intéressante. Et bien, voilà. Il n'y a pas, oui, il y a pas.
Absolument, avec grand plaisir. Je l'enverrai à la team. Il n'y a pas de problème.
Merci beaucoup.
Bien sûr. Donc voilà. Donc essayez de ne pas tuer les gens avec vos présentations. Et alors vous, vraiment, en tant que start-upper, vous n'aurez jamais beaucoup de temps pour faire une bonne impression. Jamais. Un pitch, c'est au maximum 7 minutes. C'est maximum. Jamais. Et un investisseur ne vous donnera même pas 5 minutes de son temps. Donc vraiment, soyez impactant en un temps très court. Mettez des chiffres qui en jettent, des chiffres qui ont un impact. Comment dire? Focus on the urgency of your problem. Focus on the size of your market. Focus on the people who are not served by your solution, and you are going there to find a solution for this market who is not served. So put numbers that are really insightful. Voilà. Donc, par exemple, I will give you an example here of Elsev. You all know about, you all know this brand, right?
Yes.
Do you know this shampoo brand, Elsev?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
you know it. And do you know this bottle?
Yes.
You know that Elsev went from this bottle to this bottle.
Oui, il y a quelques années.
Voilà. What is the difference between both? Quelle est la différence entre ces deux bouteilles de shampoing?
The design.
Les plus jolies.
À part qu'elles soient plus jolies.
C'est que le bouchon il est plus grand.
Ça.
This one you can, yes, that's what I wanted to say. You can put it the way you want.
Voilà. Ben. Donc, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé? Un des insights qu'a eu Elsev, et je terminerai sur cet exemple, il y a quelques années, comme vous venez de dire déjà, c'est que leurs clients, leurs consommateurs, quand ils utilisaient le shampoing, on a tous tendance à les dernières gouttes, qu'est-ce qu'on a tendance à faire?
À le tourner.
Dans la salle à le tourner. Et comme il tombe. En général, on le tourne et on le cale contre le mur, contre la douche, contre je ne sais pas quoi, contre une autre bouteille de déodorant. Voilà, on essaye d'avoir, parce que l'être humain, c'est pour ça que ce que j'essaye de vous dire depuis tout à l'heure, j'espère que vous avez compris un petit peu la philosophie de tout ça, c'est que l'être humain cherche toujours une solution à son problème. Bien sûr, vous n'allez pas venir lui trouver la solution qui tombe du ciel. Vous allez juste lui trouver une meilleure solution à celle qu'il utilise déjà. Mais dites-vous et soyez-en certains que même si vous n'avez pas de concurrent connu, notoire sur votre marché, votre client est en train de trouver une solution à son problème. Sachez-le. Ce que vous venez faire, ce n'est pas de lui trouver la solution du siècle, c'est d'essayer de lui trouver une meilleure solution. Une solution qui lui fera gagner du temps, de l'argent, et qui dit temps dit argent, qui sera plus fonctionnel, plus facilement utilisable, etc. etc. Donc, c'est ça qu'il va venir chercher chez vous et non pas parce qu'il va se la trouver. Nous, on essaye de mettre tous nos bouteilles sur leur tête quand le shampoing arrive à la dernière goutte et c'est comme ça. L'humain est comme ça. Donc, qu'est-ce qu'a fait Elseve? En ayant ces insights du marché, en allant observer tout simplement comment se comporte sa cible avec son produit. Le produit existe déjà sur le marché, mais il est allé voir comment le consommateur se comporte avec son produit, comment il l'utilise. What are the habits of this customer? Et il s'est rendu compte que quand le shampoing arrive aux dernières gouttes, eh ben, on le pose tous sur la tête. Donc, de cette bouteille-là, on a créé cette bouteille-là qui est plus pratique. Point.
Donc, en fait, ça, on peut l'intégrer dans l'amélioration du produit parce que ça, on peut le voir partout, même dans l'automobile, dans l'aéronautique, on peut le voir.
Absolument.
Voilà. Il faut qu'on améliore, même si le produit répond à une certaine exigence et à un certain besoin. Donc, il faut toujours l'améliorer et écouter le client par la suite.
Exactement. Bravo. C'est exactement ça. C'est exactement ça. Voilà. Donc là, je vais vous donner two last examples of markets. Energy food market in Tunisia. Let's say Tunisia, we are 11 million of Tunisia. If we go with a hypothesis that 5% will be interested by the energy food, because qui consomme les boissons énergétiques, la nourriture et les boissons énergétiques? Généralement.
Les jeunes.
Plus spécifiquement. Les jeunes, oui, mais plus spécifiquement.
Les sportifs.
Exactement, les sportifs. Donc, if we can say that, c'est une hypothèse, hein, encore une fois, qui n'a pas été validée là. On va dire que 5% des gens vont être intéressés. Quand on va faire le premier tri, on va retrouver que 1% déjà. Parce que sur les sportifs, il y en a qui ne consomment pas les energy food. Ou alors, ils vont consommer et ils te disent, moi, je préfère manger de la nourriture healthy ou moi, c'est bon, je mange mes œufs le matin, mes noix à midi avant de faire le sport et ma banane quand j'ai terminé le sport et that's all folks. OK? Et on va avoir donc, quand on va restreindre encore notre marché, on va se dire que c'est à peu près 1%, on va avoir 5500 personnes qui vont utiliser les energy food. 5500, pardon. Pardon, 5000. Non, attends, j'ai un problème dans mes chiffres ici. Hein. 1 million. On va arriver à un résultat de à peu près 10 000 personnes qui vont utiliser ce produit-là. Si on part du principe que le marché du gaming au Maghreb est de 80 millions, on a à peu près 10% de gamers parce qu'on va dire que les gamers en général, c'est des jeunes. Et là, on est d'accord que la plupart, ce sont des jeunes. 10%, c'est beaucoup. Hein, et 10%, c'est beaucoup parce qu'on va se dire aussi que le marché du Maghreb est un marché qui est jeune. C'est des populations qui sont relativement jeunes. La Tunisie, le Maroc, l'Algérie, etc. et ceux qui vont avoir les moyens de payer parce que les vidéo games sont chers et on le voit, c'est 0,1% de la population. Vous voyez comment on arrive à faire des hypothèses sur une population globale? Et donc, on arrive à faire c'est quoi notre marché global? C'est quoi notre SAM? Et c'est quoi notre target market, qui est le marché que nous pouvons adresser en allant dans ce tunnel un petit peu du marché et en le réduisant petit à petit jusqu'à arriver à notre marché cible. OK? Donc là, moi, j'ai terminé. Si vous avez des questions, je peux prendre vos dernières questions, bien sûr. Cette présentation, je vais vous l'envoyer. Si vous voulez me contacter parce que vous avez des questions plus spécifiques concernant vos startups, eh ben, n'hésitez pas à le faire via l'équipe. Voilà. Moi, j'étais en tout cas très contente de vous rencontrer, contente de découvrir certains de vos projets.
Merci beaucoup.
Et je vous souhaite une très, très bonne continuation. Et on croit en vous. Et voilà, et puis ça ne va que très bien se passer pour vous, j'en suis certaine. Et vous êtes tellement bien encadrés par toute la team, Tarek, David, Leina, Oumaima et tous les autres que je ne connais peut-être pas encore. Voilà quoi, donc j'espère que vos projets seront franchement des succès et que vous traverserez ce programme et vous tirerez surtout beaucoup de bénéfices de ces formations, de ce network impressionnant et voilà, et de cette communauté que vous êtes en train de créer là-bas au Maroc. Voilà.
Merci beaucoup.
Donc, si vous avez des questions, n'hésitez pas. Je vous écoute. Sinon, je vous dis à très, très bientôt et à une prochaine fois, j'espère.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Thank you.
So it was a pleasure. David.
It's our pleasure. Thank you so much for this beautiful session. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you,
Je
thank
vous
you so
remercie
much.
énormément pour ces informations précieuses.
Je vous en prie, Kauthar, et à tout moment, c'est un plaisir pour moi vraiment de vous connaître et de découvrir vos beaux projets.
Merci beaucoup.
David, Tariq, people.
People.
Est-ce qu'on peut les laisser aller dormir?
Fatma, thank you so much for the information.
No, it's really my pleasure.
Yeah, very important information. Remember, we have to have a market for our product or service, and it should start with understanding the problem and the fit. From that, develop a solution, then go out and tackle your market. But this is as important as having a solution. So, my opinion.
Yeah, it's a great summary et là, pour reprendre ce que dit David, vraiment, assurez-vous de l'existence d'un marché et d'un marché qui vous permette de pérenniser votre business. C'est très important. On a tendance, c'est vrai, à votre stade, vous êtes encore jeune, vous êtes encore étudiant, vous démarrez, on a tendance, et surtout les ingénieurs, et c'est normal, hein, les ingénieurs se focalisent beaucoup sur le produit, sur l'amélioration du produit, sur l'innovation, et ils oublient parfois qu'il y a un marché dehors qu'il faut aller découvrir, parce que sans ce marché-là, vous n'existez pas. D'accord? Donc ça, c'est très, très, très important. Sortez, get out of the building. Les meilleurs projets se font sur le terrain. Là, c'est mon plus grand conseil. Allez sur le terrain et découvrez-le. Vous allez découvrir plein de belles choses. Et votre travail va être encore plus facile parce que parfois, vous allez avoir ces aha moments en vous disant, quand vous restez en vase clos entre vous, à essayer de brainstormer, de trouver des solutions et tout. Parfois, il suffit d'aller discuter avec un expert et vous dites, ah mais oui, bien sûr. And you get this aha moment and you say, okay, I didn't thought even a minute about this insight, and it can change and it can change your vision et vous faire gagner beaucoup de temps. OK? So, excellente soirée à tous. Stay safe out there, please. And I hope that you and your family stay safe in this COVID times, these tough times. And remember that that a lot of great startups was born during crisis. So please keep hope. Et n'oubliez pas que vraiment de beaux projets ont émergé de périodes très difficiles et de périodes de crise. D'accord?
Et merci beaucoup Fatma, merci beaucoup pour cette passion pour l'entrepreneuriat que tu partages. Et il faut vraiment, comme tu le dis, il faut être sur le terrain pour trouver l'opportunité et essayer de la voir. Et c'est pas évident de la deviner, on n'est pas devin. Des fois, ça marche. Des fois, il faut vraiment être sur le terrain pour voir l'opportunité et la sentir. Une fois qu'on la sent, c'est là où on tient notre produit, c'est là où on tient vraiment quelque chose où on peut apporter de la valeur ajoutée. Et
Absolument.
je pense, donc, merci beaucoup pour tes engagements et pour ton partage avec les équipes. I hope that
Avec plaisir, et
everyone...
c'est vraiment quand vous voulez, mais vraiment quand vous voulez pour d'autres formations, dans tout ce qui est dans mon champ d'expertise, donc tout ce qui est marketing stratégique, etc. Je suis là à votre disposition à tout moment. Voilà.
C'est un grand
On
plaisir.
espère,
Ça
Fatma,
a été un plaisir de vous connaître tous.
on espère qu'on refasse ça ici au Maroc, Inch'Allah.
Inch'Allah, Inch'Allah. Et Fitounes, Inch'Allah.
Inch'Allah.
On se fera un plaisir de vous accueillir tous ici en Tunisie. Inch'Allah.
Merci beaucoup.
Dès que tout
Thank
ça
you
sera
very
derrière
much, Fatma. Thank you very much.
OK, thank you. Bye. Bonne soirée à
Bye,
tous.
Fatma.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye tout le monde.
Merci, au revoir. Bye
Au
bye.
revoir.
Thank you everyone for your attendance.